Saturday, August 20th, 2022, coming to Hartford, Michigan at the Van Buren Poorhouse Museum, it's Ghost-O-Rama. Ghost-O-Rama is a one-of-a-kind event. It's a paranormal meet and greet / flea market / Comic-Con, car show, and much, much more. There'll be paranormal groups, the Ghostbusters, the Mystery Machine, spooky vendors, live band, ghost tour, Jurassic Park, killer cars, food truck, disc jockey, historical museum, kid haunted house, and much more. Van Buren County Historical Museum. That's right, out at 58471 Red Arrow Highway, Hartford, Michigan, 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. It's an outdoor market, which is free to the public. That's right, you heard me. It's open to the public. There'll be a museum tour, $5 per person. Also, from 9 to 11, a ghost tour, $20 per person. That's right, Ghost-O-Rama is hitting West Michigan, Saturday, August 20th, 2022, at the Hartford Van Buren Poorhouse Museum. This is sponsored by Southern Michigan Paranormal's UnrestrictedRadio.com, the Great Lakes Ghostbuster Coalition, How to Halloween, Frankenfest, and the Midwest Parahistorical Society.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Monday, April 18th episode of Morning Coffee and Chat. It sure don't seem like April 18th. We woke up this morning to about 1.5 inches of snow, and it is still coming down like gangbusters. Ah, the pleasures of living in Michigan. Hope everybody had a great bunny day. I was in here till about 9:30 yesterday morning, and then I hit the kitchen and had everything on the table by 2:25. The wife and mother-in-law walked in the door at 2:32. Stepson and his girlfriend showed up about 10 after 3. It's a good afternoon. Good afternoon. Got plenty of leftovers, so. But I hope everybody is doing good this morning. Yeah, I know, tax day. However, just a heads up, everybody be careful filling out your taxes. We filled out ours. Of course, you know, the wife does injured spouse on me, has for the last 5 years. We had nothing that showed up owing anything. We got a letter in the mail 3 or 4 days ago. Somebody's wanting to hold her state tax check for a $63.63 bill to the state for something insurance didn't cover or something like that. So she's going to stop by the tax preparer tonight and drop off those papers to him, see if they can make hiding her hair out of them. Because we didn't understand a thing they were talking about. All it had was a bunch of code letters and numbers and stuff, and it had the last 4 digits of her social security number. And it's like, how can you hold a $400 check for a $63 bill? Just pay the damn bill and give us what's left of it. But God only knows. God only knows. I'm actually kind of surprised that they aren't trying to take the money back for the stimulus checks yet. That was the story that we got, is they were going to start taking a little bit out of every tax check till that money was paid back. But nothing yet. But then again, we've not heard anything about our federal return either, so God only knows. Good morning, Stephen. Hope you're doing good this morning. Good morning, Rusty. Good morning, Candy. You're looking just as beautiful as ever. Oh, great investigation. Saturday evening at the Van Buren County Poorhouse Museum. Um, whole lot of stuff. Everybody was picking it up. Of course, Danny had a couple of his guys there from Southern Michigan Paranormals. Tommy and K-Dog was there. Tommy amongst the Tombstones. Randy from Randy's Real Paranormal, and myself. Plus the overseer for the museum, his son, and his son's girlfriend, Liz. I mostly manned the. Good morning, Jan. Good to see you, sweetie. I'm not beautiful. I'm just me. Well, you know, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. It's the way I always look at it. What is beautiful? I think everybody's beautiful in their own way. But great investigation. We were there till about 2:30 in the morning. I got, well, a little about 2:45 because I got back home here about 3:15. And it was just 44 rooms, guys, in this museum. 44 rooms. They're all themed. They have a toy room. They have a Civil War room. They have World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam. They have got a huge kitchen. Just, I mean, collections of cast iron and different things. They have a tool room. That seems to be one of the main active rooms. Of course, we had command center set up. Right, what copyright strike, Rusty? What copyright strike? We had the command center set up right in front of the doorway to the carriage room where they had old sulkies and buckboards, enclosed carriages, old doctors' carriages, stuff like that, and had a static camera, night vision camera in there. You guys will see when I release the video. I'm actually not releasing an investigation video. I'm going to do like a highlight video as an advertisement for Ghostorama, since we are doing a ghost investigation for folks. The evening of Ghostorama. But the tool room, the carriage room, those were two of the very active areas. Danny and one of his guys, Bob, actually picked up on the FLIR camera something peeking out around the corner at them, and then you can actually see it peek out around the corner, then dodge back really fast. I was getting a lot of orb activity behind me at the big double doors to the carriage room, and then something blew on the back of my neck. I can absolutely positively guarantee, do not be drinking anything when you are watching that portion of the video, because it will be all over your phone or computer or whatever you're looking at. You will blow it out. I watched it yesterday and thought, oh God, I jumped up and started smacking my neck like a giant smagina. I don't think I've ever been so ashamed. Morning, Wook. Good to see you, buddy. Good morning, KG. Hope you're doing good this morning. But yeah, I felt that on the back of my neck, and I jumped up, started smacking myself on the neck, and just kind of like spun around and looked at the doorway and thought, yep, what a time to be recording. You're in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Why? What's in Pennsylvania? Phil Spector, Biden doesn't know that he's dead. Oh God. Hey, I'll tell you what, you know, he has surprised a lot of people. I mean, it's no big secret uh, why they picked him as their presidential candidate. I mean, you know, he is not completely of his right mind. And he's old. He's old, and anything could happen. But I'll tell you what, he is not backing down from this Russian-Ukraine thing. Almost to the point of being scary. He's not backing down. I mean, you know, straight up calling a lot of what Putin's doing as genocidal acts and stuff like that. It's kind of pissing off Mr. Putin. So I don't know. We'll see what happens here. Me and Mom did a hunt, Sleepy Hollow Road yesterday, and my mom's hair was pulled. Wow, that sounds kinky. I didn't even know you had enough hair to pull. Yeah, I went there. He identifies as a walker. He's dead from the shoulders up. In the middle of the afternoon. Wow. Oh yeah, Steven, you'll get there, bud. You'll get there. Your numbers go up and down and up and down, and YouTube is notorious for doing purges in the middle of the night. Their computer automatically purges inactive channels. So if you had somebody subscribe to you that isn't really active, they will purge that person, and then, you know, sometimes you'll get them back in a day or two. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you got to find them and have them subscribe to you again. That's just their new norm. They're trying to weed out. They're trying to weed out as many inactive channels as they possibly can. So, let me see here. Good morning, Tony. Hope you're doing good, bud. Mine go up and down every which way. Yeah, mine has too. Mine has too. You know, I figured I'd be at least at 500 by now, and you know, we've got up into the 390s a few times, and drop back down, and then you'd go up one or two, and you'd lose 6 or 7, and go up one or two, and you'd lose 1 or 2, and sometimes they come back, sometimes they don't. So, but we're at 497 now. I was just over on Iron Dogs chat. He's not been doing too well. Arthritis and stuff been getting at him. And I seen him live this morning. Had to go over there and tell him good morning, tell him he was beautiful as ever. You know, use his own catch line against him. Let me see here. Mine go up down every which way. Sounds about as kinky as the hair pulling thing. Exactly, Drew. It's YouTube purge. They do it all the time. Mine goes up and down. Yeah, it's like every night at like between 2 and 3 a.m. This thing automatically purges a bunch of channels, and I don't know. Oh, let me see. Let me see. But like I said, I hope everybody had an absolutely wonderful Easter. Um, we did. We did. It was nice to spend the whole day in the kitchen cooking. I don't get a chance to do that very much anymore. It was nice to see my wife come home from work yesterday and not have to cook a thing. Everything was already done and on the table waiting. Me and the daughter decorated the table, had little Easter eggs on the table and big stuffed bunny and shit. They also purged troll accounts at sub. Yeah, yeah. Cold and rainy, dude. We got snow. It was in the 40s yesterday here, sunny, but in the 40s. And mother-in-law said something about they're saying we could get snow today, and we woke up this morning to 1.5 inches of snow, and it's still coming down. So, thank you, Canada, for dropping your unlimited crap on us. We really appreciate that. Made potato salad to go with steaks yesterday. See, I thought about doing potato salad too, but we didn't have any mayonnaise. Mother-in-law was making her mashed potatoes. I done green bean casserole. I done a turkey breast. Done a real small ham. Done rice and stuffing. So, whoops, got snow too. Wow, really way down there, huh? You can keep the snow. I plan on it. It's not so bad I couldn't get the trash to the curb this morning. Now, whether or not the trash people are actually running today, since yesterday was Easter, God only knows. They always run when you don't expect them to and don't run when you do. I've seen them run on the holidays and skip out a Monday following a holiday. So, I mean, you never know. Stormed here bad last night, almost lost power. We lost power here on Saturday night when I was gone. Out at the investigation at the Poorhouse Museum. And I was really surprised because we didn't have anything going on up there. But weather-wise, just windy and cold. The really sad thing about it was, since it's a museum and it's not open in the wintertime, they didn't have the heat turned on. Needless to say, at one point in time, Danny takes his temperature gun and points it at me, and my forehead temperature was 60 degrees, which is absolutely hilarious. Good morning, Pocket Watch. Good to see you, bud. I didn't manage, but it's not snowing anymore, just a cover of snow. Did manage to string the site and figure out what size blocks I need. So, well, there you go. Cool. It's raining now. Weather says it'll be snowing by 11. I follow Demons Row on YouTube. It's a biker information channel. The host, Sos, has been hit by the YouTube. Hope, go figure. Rusty's getting fired up already, guys. He's got a feather tickling. He's ready to roll. 1676, Sudbury, Massachusetts, attacked by Indians. 1776, or 1676, there was probably a lot of places in Massachusetts attacked by Indians. 1688, Germantown Quaker petition against slavery. Francis Daniel Pastorius presents the first formal written protest against African American slavery in English colonies in Germantown, Pennsylvania. I did find shotgun shells on sale, $30, 100, so I bought 300. I don't blame you. Pick them up while you can. You don't find any kind of ammunition on sale anymore, at least not up around these parts. 1775, Paul Revere and William Dawes ride from Charlestown to Lexington, warning the regulars are coming. Paul Revere and William Dawes were the two most popular people, most well-known people that made that run. There were actually, and they don't teach you this in school because they want Paul Revere to come out to be the big hero. You really honestly don't even hear anything about William Dawes in school. You hear about Paul Revere, but there were actually somewhere between 15 and 20 writers that ran out across the countryside warning folks that, you know, quote unquote, the British are coming. So they ain't ever on sale here. They hardly are in stock here. Yeah, tell me about it. That's the way it is here. I remember here, what, last year, 2 years ago, they said that any place found to be price gouging was going to be fined by the federal government. Well, that's one of the things that blew me away is before the things started running out of stock, they almost doubled the price on stuff. And then all of a sudden people started buying it up like crazy. It's like, okay, well, you wasn't buying it when it was $40, but now you're buying it at $80 the second it comes off the truck. And that's how they're doing here. Even it's even hit our grocery store. Things that have not been affected at all are now almost double the price. And it's like, yeah, these little tiny stores can do that when they haven't got any competition in town because they know everybody's going to still go there and buy the stuff. So it's bad, I'll tell you. And as for ammunition and stuff, oh my God, you cannot find it anywhere. The second it comes off the truck, it is bought up. Good morning, Connie from Colorado. Hope you're doing good out there, sweetie. People were just asking about you the other day. It's like, where is Connie? How come we've not heard from Connie? It's like, well, there's Connie. Oh, let me see here. 1783 American Revolution. George Washington issues general order announcing the end of hostilities with Britain. This trip was a real eye-opener on inflation. Oh, you did tell her, Tony? Yeah, everybody's asking about you. 1861, Colonel Robert E. Lee turns down offer to command Union armies. Wow. Wonder why. Could it have been his Confederate sympathies? Oh, I'm sure they are. I'm sure they're really toughing you up. That's for sure. As long as it's been since you've been able to actually walk and stuff, I'm sure they aren't pulling no punches when it comes to keeping you active. Yeah, exactly, Tony. I mean, you know, he Virginian. I mean, it made little or no sense for him to command Union forces. Like I said, guys, I will not be doing an investigation video um, from the Poorhouse Museum on Saturday night. I will be doing a video on a lot of the highlights of the investigation from the team because, well, I don't want to ruin it for the people who are actually going to be attending Ghostorama and doing the ghost tour and the investigation on Saturday night. We picked up a lot of stuff. There were great EVPs. Things were picked up on the floor cameras. A lot of noises, footsteps. Like I said, though, this place is 3 stories, 44 rooms, and there was a lot of artifacts in those rooms, including a human skull. And I think you guys will be very, very surprised at some of the things. But I decided since everybody else was going to be doing investigation videos, I was actually going to do more of an advertisement for Ghostorama, advertising the museum and the activity there. Museum could use some help. And that's what the $20 cover fee is to do the investigation. That $20 goes 100% to the museum. They're in the middle right now of doing some repairs, upgrading some of the rooms, one of which is the Civil War room. It's a settled old place. You'll see going down some of the staircases and stuff if you're able to attend. A lot of the staircases, you can tell how they've shifted over the last 130 years, 125 years. So you will never hear me claim to be an Illinoisian. Well, screw 11. It's snowing now. Oh yeah, like I said, it's been snowing since probably 4:30 this morning, 4 o'clock. There was a good packing of snow on the wife's car when she left at 6:30. I went out at 7 o'clock to take the trash down to the curb, and all the footprints were pretty much filled in on the deck and stuff. And it was still coming down pretty well. Good morning, dog. Good to see you, bud. You're looking lovely as ever. Sorry that you're still hurting, bud, but I'm glad to see you up and around and, you know, able to do your streaming stuff. I'm glad that you did come in here, dog. Are you and Kathy looking or doing scheduling for the food trucks for 2022? Yeah, don't get old. It ain't worth it. That's what I was saying in the chat when you went to go potty earlier. I was telling everybody, it's like, I swear, us old guys, it ain't one thing, it's another. Well, I'll email you. We're doing that Ghostorama deal in Hartford, Michigan, August 20th. And Danny is looking for food carts to set up there. We're expecting a hell of a turnout for that. We have paranormal investigators and stuff coming from all over the place to set up at that. We're looking at several guests with the car shows and everything else. But I will email you the information today, and you guys can decide if it's worth or I'll pass your information on to Danny and have him email you, because he's got all the contact info and stuff like that. So I mean, it's only one show, but I'd like to get you down here to our fair this year. It's usually right around the end of July, beginning of August. And dude, that even with everything jacked up last year, prices jacked up and stuff, that place was busy as hell. 1862 Battle of Old Fort Jackson. Fort St. Philip, New Orleans. Fort St. Philip in New Orleans. 1864 Battle of Poison Springs, Arkansas. 1865 Confederate General Joseph E. Johnson surrenders to General William T. Sherman in North Carolina. 1868 San Francisco Society for Prevention of Cruelty to Animals is formed. Good morning, Santee. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, bud. I wish it could be Friday every day. 1869 First International Cricket Match held in San Francisco. Won by California. You know, it would open that corner house with $20 entry fee. Their money would end in a week. I can understand that kind, part because it built up stamina. 1879 trial of Standing Bear Crook on Indian citizens' rights begin. Oh yeah, all is well, at least here. I can't speak for everybody, and I wouldn't dare. Had a good weekend, had a great Easter. Hope you and your beautiful wife did as well. Good investigation on Saturday evening. Got a lot of stuff. That video will probably come out tomorrow or Wednesday. It's actually not going to be an investigation video. I don't want to ruin it for everybody that will be attending Ghostorama. But there's a lot of activity there. A lot of activity. Everybody got stuff. 1880, an F4 tornado strikes Marshfield, Missouri, killing 99 people and injuring 100. 1890, New York Commission of Immigration ends, closing Castle Clinton. No wonder he's got a swelled head. And, you know, not going there. Not doing any cigar jokes this morning. How would they know it was an F4 9 years before the... Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking too, but it's like, yeah. Listening, gotta make bacon. Oh God, what I wouldn't give for bacon. The price of bacon over this way, man. My wife has not bought bacon in like 3 months. I can get a box of bacon at Shelton's in Niles for about $55, 20-pound box of bacon. But it's all bits and pieces and stuff, and she don't like bits and pieces. She wants full strips of bacon, even though I cut them in halves and thirds to fry them up and stuff. But yeah, like $50, I can get like a 20 or 25-pound box of bacon, and other than that, it's about $8 a pound. San Francisco earthquake of 1906. 1906. See, it was such a bad earthquake, they had to put the date down twice. San Francisco earthquake and fire kills nearly 4,000 while destroying 75% of the city. 1906 Los Angeles Times story on the Azusa Street revival launches Pentecostalism as a worldwide movement. Tastes like bacon. That's all I care about. Not to mention, I got the Ren Fair in Niles coming up on the 18th of next month. I plan on making bacon jerky at the Ren Fair because that's pretty much all I'm going to live on while I'm there. 1907, Augustus Thomas Witching Hour premieres in New York City. 1907, Fairmont Hotel opens in San Francisco. 1912, Cunard liner RMS Carpathia brings 705 survivors from the RMS Titanic to New York City. I like turkey bacon. My grandma, when she was alive, used to buy turkey bacon and turkey ham. I mean, two totally different animals, don't get me wrong, but you know, it's still pretty good. I forgot clotted leg. Ready for that. Oh no, it don't let me forget about it, Tony, believe me. It don't let me forget about it. I have a canning video of canning bacon ends and pieces. I have to check into that one. I haven't seen that. 1916, U.S. Secretary of State warns Germany that the U.S. may break diplomatic relations unless torpedo attacks on unarmed ships stop. 2.5 dozen eggs here, $17.50 now. They're about $9 here. We normally pay less than $5. I just sent the daughter over to my buddy's house yesterday morning to get me a dozen eggs to make deviled eggs with. And he was talking about how he gets them from a buddy of his that has some chickens. And they have another deal worked out on them. But he said, yeah, you go up to the store, it's almost $10 for 2.5 dozen. Normally they're right about 99 cents a dozen here. If you buy them in the dozen, then they're, yeah, about $3 if you buy, or a little bit less than $3 if you buy 2.5 dozen. They've gone up almost 3 times in price. And then, of course, you know, you guys all know my wife, you know, the fact that her lightening her hair and stuff like that has slowly but surely seeped through the pores. We were at the store the other day and picking up what we could afford to pick up. And she said, man, I cannot believe the price of eggs. I said, well, you know, with that new bird flu going around and stuff like that, it's really affecting the price of poultry and eggs and things. She goes, And she looks at me as straight faced as could be, and she said, "What does eggs got to do with chickens?" And she said this in front of people. She said, "What does eggs got to do with the bird flu?" And I smiled at this older couple that was walking the other way past us, and I said, and I just smiled, and I said, "What reminds you of your marriage in the first few years?" And she shook her head no and laughed, and he's sitting behind her doing this. Clear this stuff off here. YouTube is busy already. No, I don't care what pictures look like a year ago. My ass was big. Let's see here. It all eats the same as bits and pieces. Yep, you're right. That's how I feel about it. As long as it's big enough to hang over the fire set and smoke it over the fire, I don't care. And if it's not big enough, it goes in an iron skillet real easy. 1921 Junior Achievement Incorporated in Colorado Springs. And nuggets on the chicken, or pork bellies and ham. Yeah, exactly. 1923, 74,000 on hand for opening of Yankee Stadium. 1924, first crossword puzzle book published by Simon and Schuster. 1925, World's Fair opens in Chicago. 1934, first Washateria opens in Fort Worth, Texas. 1936, Pan Am Clipper begins regular passenger flights from San Francisco to Honolulu. 1938, headless mad butcher victim found in Cleveland. Yeah, I know, you get your eggies for free, you lucky little devil, you. 1 dozen, medium, $3 dozen large, 6.5 dozen is like $2 price. Yeah, I know. And see, back in the day, we used to go to Gordon Food Service, and you can pick up a case of eggs. I think it's 5 dozen. It's either 5 or 6 dozen eggs, and that was our monthly thing. I mean, you know, you use them for breakfast, you use them to bake with, you use them for whatever, salads. Can't do that shit no more. My God. I remember about 4 years back, Walmart having an Easter special on eggs, 30 cents for 3 dozen. Doing a video on Buffalo Bill this week. You still have your long locks. Yeah, there are times that I miss them. I'm actually thinking about letting it grow just a little bit back out. I don't know though. I don't know. It's so much easier to take care of like this. Milk here went up to $4.10 a gallon. Now, see, our milk's not been affected yet. We can still get milk right about $2 a gallon, a little over $2 a gallon. So yeah, our milk's still doing well. The markups finally start affecting the meat here about a month ago, and the eggs here a couple weeks ago. But now our gas is down. Our gas is down 70 cents from where it was just a couple weeks ago. We're right in that 370, 380 range again. One thing though, gas is $1 a gallon less at the cabin. Oh wow. Yeah, we noticed on Saturday, every single gas station that we drove by, heading to the museum and back home again, gas was down below $4 a gallon. So I guess it's going to be a teeter-totter effect. If you want lower prices on one thing, prices on something else going to have to go up. I don't know what gas and eggs have got to do with each other, but you know, my wife didn't know that eggs and chickens had anything to do with each other, so I'm not going to really. Yeah. God, 439, 450. So yeah, that's what it was here a couple weeks ago. And like I said, Saturday it was down below, down right around that 380 mark. So yeah, I mean, attack on Pearl Harbor, 1943, Operation Vengeance, U.S. Army Air Force P-38G fighter aircraft from Kukum Field on Guadalcanal, ambush and shoot down the transport bomber aircraft Isoroku Yamamoto. Gas hauls eggs to the store. I guess. Back in 1999, gas was 99 cents a gallon. I remember those days. Bomber aircraft of Isoroku Yamamoto, Commander-in-Chief, Imperial Japanese Navy, and mastermind behind the Pearl Harbor attack. (1946) Rome. Auerbach and Horwitz musical Call Me Mister opens at National Theater, New York City for 734 performances. Hey, Santee, are you still here? Cowboy John, good morning. Hope you're doing well this morning, sir. 1946, League of Nations dissolves 3 months after UN starts. I had made a remark on Friday, Santee, about your experience with Broadway and stuff like that. And, you know, a lot of times when Rusty does the does Today in History, you'll see, you know, like the 1946 announcement of these shows in New York, whether they're on Broadway or wherever. And we've had them in here that have had over 1,000 performances. We've had ones in here that haven't even had 5 performances. What really makes the difference on, I mean, is it the reviews? Is it tickets sold? What decides how long a show stays in theaters before they close it down and move on to something else? 1951, Make-A-Wish opens at Winter Garden Theater, New York City for 102 performances. 1953, Hal Joey closes at Broadhurst Theater, New York City after 542. Doing great. Hope you're doing well also. Amsir, thank you very much. Doing real well. Santee did Broadway, 1946. Yeah, I figured it was reviews. It just really blows me away that you'll see some shows that have, you know, 700, 800, 900, 1,000 performances, and you see other ones that do like 100 or 200. But yeah, we had a couple of them last week that Rusty done. That was like closed after 3 performances, closed after 5 performances, and it's like, damn. It took them longer to build the sets and stuff for the show, for the or the duration of the performances weren't even as long as it took them to build the sets and the costuming and stuff. It's like there's a money loser right there. 1955, first don't walk lighted signs or street signals installed. New York Times gives the show a bad review. It's only a matter of time. 1958, a United States federal court rules that poet Ezra Pound is to be released from an insane asylum. 1963, Dr. James Campbell performed the first human nerve transplant. Isn't that a divorce? Because I know my nerves were a lot better after my last divorce. So, I mean, I just thought a nerve transplant was a divorce. God, I was wrong all these years. 1964, Albert Haig and Marty Brill's musical Cafe Crown, starring Theodore Bickle, closes at Martin Beck Theater, New York City after 3 performances. Don't forget to hit those like buttons. Yes, please. Thank you, John. I appreciate that. 1964, Foxy closes at Ziegfeld Theater, New York City after 72 performances. Needless to say, there is never a shortage of theaters to visit when you are in the Big Apple. 1967, Jonathan Frid makes his first appearance as 200-year-old vampire Barnabas Collins on TV's Dark Shadows. Show becomes a huge hit. Believe it or not, Grandma don't remember a lot of stuff with the stroke and everything, but she remembers that TV show. I guess she loved it when it came out, and we were watching what was it, 28 Days or something, or 28 Days of Night here a couple weeks ago, and she came in and asked what we were watching, and we told her we were watching a vampire show. And right off the bat, we had to pause it. She started going on about Dark Shadows and how cool that show was. And it's like, damn, she don't remember what she done yesterday. But she can sit there for an hour and talk about Dark Shadows. Blows us away sometimes. What I don't really like. What I don't. Dark Shadows was awesome. 1968, 178,000 employees of U.S. Bell Telephone System go on strike. 1968, London Bridge did not fall down. It was sold to a U.S. oil company and built in Arizona. 1968, San Francisco's old Hall of Justice demolished. Good morning, Ty. Good to see you, buddy. Yep, can't have a day in history without at least one nuclear test at the Nevada test site. 1968. Usually, if you shoot and kill the actors, that will end the play real soon. Yeah. Yeah. 1972, Lost in the Stars, based on the novel Cry the Beloved Country by Alan Paton, opens at Imperial Theater, New York City for 39 performances. London Bridge was bought by Shell. London Bridge was bought by Shell. London Bridge was bought by Shell and built in the fucking desert. 1973, U.S. government ends mandatory oil import program established in 1959 by President Eisenhower. What's dinging? What's dinging? What's happening here? Stop. No more dinging. No more dinging. Dark Shadows was good. I remember the old Dark Shadows. Of course, you know, I remember the one here, what, 12 years ago, 15 years ago, that Johnny Depp was in playing Barnabas. But I remember watching reruns of the old Dark Shadows, and I always enjoyed it. I would have went to and built it. Shadows. Gotta go. Have a great day. Have a great Monday. You too, Santi. Take care of yourself, and we'll catch you later, bud. I barely remember Dark Shadows. My mom said it was scary to watch. 1978, Senate votes to turn Panama Canal over to Panama, December 31st, 1999. I don't remember Dark Shadows being that scary. Now, you want to talk about one that scared the bejesus out of me when I was little, and that was Tales from the Dark Side. Loved it. Watched it every time it was on, but it scared the bejesus out of me every time I watched it. Some of those stories. Here's your day-to-day county attorney appointment. Yep. I remember you mentioning it to me. Good luck with that, bud. I hope they'll do something. And if they don't, hope the governor does. Hope the governor comes down on them like a load of bricks. 1979, Real People premiered on NBC TV. The only thing that truly bothered me as a kid was Hitchcock's Birds. I don't even remember Birds scared me that much. Loved Real People with Jenny and Skip. 1983, KMOAM in Tacoma, Washington changes its call letters to KAMT. Now KKMO. Jenny was hot. Jenny. I love you, Jenny. '83 Pulitzer Prize awarded to Alice Walker for the novel The Color Purple. I'm not leaving yet. It's only 8:01. 1984 Space Shuttle Challenger flies back to Kennedy Space Center via Kelly Air Force Base. Okay, then forget that. 1986, IBM produces its first megabit chip. Much better with cheese sauce than salsa, the first one anyway. 1986, Robert M. Gates becomes deputy director of the CIA. Yeah, she continuously wants to break those orders, those protection orders, or those no contact orders. but nobody wants to do anything about it. Contact the city police, they say it's the county job. Contact the county police, they say, whatever. 1987, Gregory Robinson does 200-mile-per-hour free fall to save unconscious skydiver near Coolidge, Arizona. Yeah, that's what I told him, dog. That's what I told him when we were talking. I said, if roles were reversed and the protection order was against you, you'd already be in jail. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But if it's a woman, and what gets me so much is the police actually went to her house once. Either she wasn't there or didn't answer the door, but they've never gone back. It's like, oh, okay, she's not here. I was like, really? Seriously? It don't work that way if it's a dude. Okay, good, positive vibes. Oh yeah, most definitely. The cops. 1990 Supreme Court rules states could make it a crime to possess or look at child pornography, even in one's, well, yeah, it's kids. My stomach turned. 1991 U.S. Census Bureau said it failed to count up to 63 million in 1990 census. Oops. School. 1991 Congress ends railroad worker one-day strike. Can you actually call a one-day strike a strike? I mean, vacation day? One day? Back in the old days, women wanted to be treated as equals, so it's only fair that if a woman commits a crime, then she should be treated as an equal and do time for a crime. I agree. 1993, Ain't Broadway Grand opens in Fontaine Theater in New York City for 25 performances. Mediocre. Somebody apparently didn't like the lead actress. She looks fat in that dress. She keeps forgetting her lines. She stutters. Does she have Down syndrome? Most people march through that protection order and commit mortal crime. Oh yeah, and see, that's the problem, dog, is his ex's boyfriend has actually threatened his life in front of his children. He's still out walking free. No one will do anything. 19, and that's why he's going to, a higher level lawyer than his own, and emailing the governor to see if things can be done to get the law enforcement in his area to actually do something. 1994, Arsenio Hall announces he will end his show in May of 94. It's a shame Geraldo didn't. 1994, former President Nixon suffered a stroke and dies 4 days later. The old tricky dick could not trick the angel of death. Those must have been illegal aliens. 1994, STS-59 Endeavour lands. 1995, Houston Post folds after 116 years. 1996, the revival of Stephen Sondheim's musical comedy A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum, starring Nathan Lane, opens at St. James Theater, New York City for 715 performances. Yeah, whatever happened to the good old days? Bang, bang, freeze. I think that's what they're guilty of doing now is bang, bang, freeze instead of freeze, bang, bang. I, I don't know. 2007, the Supreme Court of the United States upholds a partial birth abortion ban act. And a partial birth abortion, how do you only do a partial abortion? Oh, we're going to take this kid's ear right now and make him look funny for the rest of his life. I mean, how do you do a partial birth of Christ? Numerous threats on my life, 2 threats on my kids' lives. I purchased 2 pistols and have every clip loaded max full. 2013, 2 Earth-like planets are discovered orbiting the star Kepler 62. All right, look. If I don't answer right away, it's because I'm working on the video for today. So, partial birth abortion is murder. I can agree with that. I mean, I know, I understand that every species of animal on the planet does it. Animals can self-abort when there's issues. That's the big thing with it, and that's why I don't talk about it. Duran, good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing good. Good morning to you too. Oh God, Garth Brooks tickets. He will be here or he'll be in Indiana at Notre Dame here in about a month. Positive vibes. I know I have a sex. One of his daughter's ex give her a hard time in their divorce. Cops side with him. Moose. They tried to make her lose her nursing license. Sent you some voices. Yeah, they popped up. Look, I'll definitely check them out here after the stream. My missus having 2 miscarriages taught me all I need. I absolutely positively can agree with that. In my opinion, life begins when the seed hits the egg. So that's when it begins to grow. That's when it begins to change. You know, that's my opinion on that. So thank you, Rusty, for another good today in history. A lot of really cool stuff in there. I mean, things I remember reading about in history, but I didn't exactly know that it happened on this day. So very, very cool. Bloody still snowing out there. Jesus criminy. When is spring gonna get here? One month from today, I will be out at my first event this year doing security at the Niles Ren Fair. Luckily my lodge is big enough to put a fire in. Except for the nuclear test in Nevada. Well, I mean, you know, come on. I mean, you know, we wouldn't have that beautiful glassy sand out there, and those 125-pound tarantulas, and Gila monsters that could eat a Volkswagen if it wasn't for all those nuclear tests. I mean, come on. I hope the hell you got a Hudson Bay blanket frog. No, my friend, I wish I did. I've always wanted a Hudson Bay blanket frog. Always wanted one. Those Hudson Bays are too expensive. I mean, my wife's cousin's husband, his grandmother shops at Hudson Bay Company constantly, and that's what she gave them for a wedding gift, was a huge Hudson Bay, the old candy stripe type for a wedding gift. And I mean, I think she spent like over $500 on that blanket. And I would love to, I'd love to have a Hudson Bay frock. Scientists call life on other planets microbes, but say human life is not life till it draws a breath. Exactly. Thanks for the talk yesterday. It helped me through the day. Anytime, bud. Anytime. We're still getting snow in the high country. Still a chill in the air. We were doing real good. I mean, we've either been having warm temperatures and rain, or we've been having cold temperatures and clear and sunny. And here it is. It was 70 something 2 days last week, like 71, but it rained both days. And now here it is, 33 degrees and snowing. So that one ain't nearly as good as modern coats. I loved, I've had wool blanket frocks and loved them, but yeah, they're not as good as modern coats. And if I get cold, I've got my big frock. I got my Civil War frock coat. I'll wear it around at night and stuff. We had snow yesterday, but nothing stuck. Not feeling well. You too, Rusty. Take care, bud. Get some rest, man. Get feeling better. I hate it when any of you's hurting. So you get some rest, man. Don't do anything. Just sit back in your lazy chair today. Watch some TV or something and just relax. All right, guys, it is a quarter after. We have about 44 minutes left. You'll excuse me for a second. I got to run to the outhouse and knock the icicles off the lily. But I'll be right back. Great. Blanket made out of tobacco. Had a blanket made out of tobacco? Huh. Never heard of that before. Yeah, I could imagine what it took me a while to get over my grandma's passing too. So I know. Feel really good, but hurt like hell from the trip. Hey, I'll tell you what, the investigation on Saturday night, the stairs. Oh dear God, the stairs. You know, we have one stair in this house, and it leads from driveway level to the deck. Everything else is on a level canter all the way through. There's probably, if I had to venture to guess, I would say there's probably 1,200 steps in the Van Buren Poorhouse Museum. I personally was on 5 different staircases at that place. It was rough. It was rough. I mean, I understand it's good to work my leg to help to get that clot broke up and everything. I was feeling it yesterday morning in my chest. Again, you know, with that, with it being in the artery that goes to my lungs, as it's breaking up, it's moving through my lungs and dissolving back into my lung linings and stuff. But I mean, even this morning, here in my left lung, I can feel the pressure and the pain. So I mean, I know it's still breaking up and stuff, but I was not ready. I was not ready. No, Tony, I've not dyed it. I noticed that this morning though, when I was doing my hair, when I was brushing it and stuff. It's like, why does my hair look darker? That's kind of weird. But yeah, I haven't dyed it. It's like the salt part of the salt and pepper has gone away. I mean, I've still got it down here a little bit, but yeah, I noticed, like I said, I noticed it in the mirror this morning. It's like, why is my hair darker? It seems like it's darker. Let me see here. A week after Mother's Day this year will be a year since my mom passed. I'm still not over it. Not said much. I'm driving, taking 3 dogs to the groomer. It's probably best that you don't text and drive. It's okay to listen. My boots hurt my ankles really bad on that rocky ground. My thing, Tony, is I can't afford a good pair of shoes, and I'll find one pair of shoes that like I can wear outside comfortably, and it don't bother my knees or my ankles or anything. I'll find another pair of shoes or boots that's okay for walking on a hard surface, concrete or wood or something. I have yet to find a pair of shoes that makes staircases any easier. They still hurt the arches of my feet. They hurt my ankles, my left knee. I'll be lucky. I mean, I'll be honest with you guys. I'll be lucky to hit 60 and not have knee surgery yet, especially on my left one. And I'm probably going to guess 60, 62 or 63 on my left hip, if it even lasts that long. So you got to do Ghost Trestle in Lenawi County. I think we've talked about that, dog. I think we talked about that. That sounds very, very familiar to me. I'd have to go back through our chats, but I think one of the guys actually suggested the trestle. Isn't that the one? Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that the one that the people were, according to stories, the people were walking across and a train came, and the girl tried to hang off the side or something like that and got knocked down, and she fell on the rocks below and died or something? Or I remember one train trestle like that. I think it's here in Michigan. American Justice, good morning. Thank you for stopping by and showing some love. We always appreciate that. Probably the biggest thing I did to save my ability to walk, knees, hips, and ankles, was losing 40 pounds. I wish I could lose more weight. No matter how I've altered my diet, no matter how much walking and exercise I do and stuff, I hit that 200, right around that 200-pound plateau. Usually right around 205. And no matter what I do, no matter what I try, I cannot drop below that mark. I used to go to the gym. 7 or 8 years ago, I went to the gym. I was in the gym almost every day, and I could never drop. I got as far down as 202, and was eating nothing but salads, none of that, and chicken and salads was pretty much it. A lot of times, not even with any dressing. And I could not drop below that 202 mark. And now I'm at that 205 mark, and I just can't. Says the guy, I don't live on bacon. I don't live on bacon. I said I could live on bacon, but when I go to an event, when I go to an event, bacon jerky is just the easiest thing to make. You sit and you smoke it, all the grease drips off of it into the fire. And I mean, it's the pure meat. When I smoke my bacon like that. So, but yeah, I just shoes for diabetics, dude. We have a diabetic place in Niles that takes my insurance. And the first 2 years after the diabetic shock and everything, they called me every 6 months, and was getting me brand new insoles and stuff like that. And after that, I've called them multiple times and never got a return call. I know they're still open. They just moved locations. But yeah, nope, not around here. Bad train accident. People were killed. Ah, okay. Yeah, I'll definitely, let me write that down real quick and I'll check into it. Ghost trestle right here. That was Lenawee. Yeah, I'll definitely check into that one because we're looking for starting to look for outside investigations and stuff to do this summer. Losing weight is a simple thing. Eat less calories than you burn. Exactly. Exactly. Well, folks, gotta head out. Love you all. Thank everyone for positive wishes. Have a good day. You too, bud. Take care of yourself and get a hold of me later today. Let me know how your talk with the attorney goes. More protein is the key. We eat a lot of protein around here. Eat a lot of protein. I actually, one of my main snacks right now is natural peanut butter. I don't do the sugars and stuff like that. I like natural peanut butter. And the stuff I eat is about 9 grams of carbs a spoonful. So I gave up regular soda. I consume as few carbs a day as possible. I try to eat enough carbs to keep my energy level up. And that's it. Easiest way to lose weight is stomach reduction surgery. And I would actually probably consider that if my insurance would cover it. But much like the deep tissue massage therapy that my doctor says that I need to get to help with the muscles tensing up and stuff in my back, my insurance don't cover. But if I change my insurance, I have to change my doctor because I have the only insurance right now that our doctor here accepts. I would have to go 35, 40 miles away one direction to find a doctor that takes, like my wife's insurance. She has to go to Kalamazoo, Michigan every time she has a doctor's appointment. My daughter went from 255 to 134 in 2 years by counting calories and weighing her portion, cutting sweets and sodas. I was 265 when I was 265 when I went into diabetic shock. It'll be 6 years ago this July. And like I said, I'm down to 205. And last year with the pandemic going on and stuff, I was in that 220 range, 222 to 225. And since this year has lightened up and I can actually get out and do things a lot more now I've dropped that extra 20 pounds. So blah blah blah. Us diabetics need a lot of protein. Oh yeah. That done. It works. Shift you 100 pounds overweight. Yeah. Ideal for me at my height and age is right around 180. Anywhere between 175 and 180. And I've not weighed 175 since I went into high school. So, yeah. So I'm actually only about 20 to 25 pounds overweight. I've never done a long-term fast, Tony. I have done 3-day fasts. I've done 4-day fasts, but that's it. And that's for purification, like when we're going to do a sweat lodge or something like that. It's customary to do a 3-day fast. You consume nothing but water and coffee, pretty much. And that's it for 3 days, and then you go on the sweat lodge. But then after the sweat lodge is over, you feast to build your energy levels and stuff back up. She went from a size 20 to a size 4. Now I call her skinny. Yeah, dog. I knew a guy several years ago that had that stomach reduction surgery, and he the last time I seen him, his stomach still looked like a tongue. The skin around his breast hung like a 110-year-old woman. And his belly, he literally had 3 empty sacks of belly hanging almost all the way down to his wee-wee. It was not a pretty sight seeing him in the gym trying to tighten that skin and stuff back up. Especially when he'd do jumping jacks, and it looked like this. I lose weight, but I recently met with my nutritionist, and she told me that I need more protein, watching my carbs, not calories. No need to weigh my food. Everything is different. Everyone, yeah, exactly. And that's exactly what my nutritionist told me is I needed to consume more protein. She's actually the one that suggested peanut butter. You watch your carbs, not your calories. You don't pay attention to sugar because the sugars are figured into the carb count. So, you watch your carbs, you consume more protein, you consume less carbs, and that actually is what helped me drop that 60 pounds. I can shrink the stomach if you feast. I stay around 155 these days. Only eat 12 hours a day. Man, not me. A lot of times I'll eat a little bit in the morning. I'll consume my carbs in the morning. I'll have like toast or something like that, or a waffle. I'll make a waffle or pancakes or something. And I don't eat again till dinner time. I'm not hungry. The wife has actually made remarks multiple times about how little I'm actually eating now. I don't even, when she makes like burritos or something like that, I'll eat 1.5. Dude, I used to sit down and eat like 5 or 6 when I was younger. And I eat like 1.5 burritos now, and that's it. I eat 1 small meal a day, I eat 1 small meal and eat more small meals a day. I would not care if it gets rid of all the fat. Has to be removed. Yeah, I mean, yeah. You got to stay away from starch. Oh, tell me about it. Tell me about it. Stay away from pasta. Stay away from blueberries. Stay away from taters. Stay away from all kinds of stuff. Show prep time. Tony, take care, bud. Have a good day. Have a good show, man. We will talk to you later. The 12 hours means like from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Don't eat after or before. Yep. I wear a Dexcom G6 so it alerts me if I go too high or low, but it keeps me in check. That's good. I'm glad your doctor works with you on stuff like that. We haven't even discussed that with me yet. Oh, and in case you guys didn't know, okay, all right, Doug, you take care of yourself. Keep getting better, man. I know I'm not the only one that appreciates seeing you in the mornings first thing. So I don't always say anything, but I always kind of peek in on you and make sure you're okay. You take care of yourself, get some rest, keep getting better, and we'll talk to you later. But as I was saying, in case you guys didn't know, I took the heart monitor off Saturday morning. I had to. I went to change the battery in it, put a brand new fully charged battery in it. It shut down and would not turn back on. So I ripped that sucker off and packed it up. I'm calling the doctor today, letting them know if they want to put a different one on me, that's fine. But I packed that sucker up and I'm shipping it off to Plano, Texas this week, where it needs to go. So it just would not turn back on. Normally, when you change the battery, it'll go ding, 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 like 10 times. You got to put the new battery in, and it goes right back to its normal mode. And Saturday morning, I popped the battery out, and it went deek, 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 and I 3 times stuck the battery in. The screen never came back on, so I went to try to turn it back on, and it wouldn't come back on. And I'm like, yep, you are going back to Texas. I am not fiddling with you. You are going back to Texas. When I had a monitor, I just took it back to the doctor's office. Yeah, see, my doctor told me it does not go back to their office. They give me the big plastic carrying case with everything in it. Said that it goes, when it comes off of me, they have nothing further to do with it. It goes straight to Texas. I have to call UPS and have them come to pick it up. And then they read the days that it was active. And that's what my appointment in 2 weeks with the cardiologist is for. So I got to call them today and let them know that I'm shipping it back to Texas and that it stopped working, and that's it. That's actually very cool, Connie. Yeah, my doctor's not even ever suggested something like that. Of course, there will be a video out today, guys. I'm putting a video out today on a Cree Indian creation story. Nice little video. Got some good music. Got some beautiful flute music in there. Like I said, probably Wednesday, I will have the video out from Saturday night showing some highlights from everyone's investigation. And then again on Friday, Uh, I think it's Sunday night. Let me look here real quick. See if I can get this little calendar to pop up here. Here. Is it here? Monday, the 25th. We will be doing the Morris Performing Arts Center in South Bend, Indiana. Again, we are the very first paranormal group to ever get to do an investigation in this place. It's getting ready to celebrate its 100-year anniversary. There will be a video coming off of that one. That's just going to be too epic to not do a video on. But that'll be coming out. God, I'm hoping by Wednesday next week, maybe Tuesday, who knows? Just depends on how much we find. And if it's as active as I hear it is, might even be a 2-part video. That's the kind. That kind. If it goes off, you call them. Send the info over the landline phone. I wore one before. No, mine was one of the little halter deals, and it hooked to my belt, and it had 3 probes that stuck to me, and I never contact them unless I have an issue that I need to contact them with. But regardless of what happens during the week that I'm supposed to wear it, at the end of that week, I shut it off, wrap it up, put it back in the box, slide it in a big plastic envelope, and UPS it back to the corporate, or back to their main office in Plano, Texas. And they read it and then send all the results to my doctor, and then I have my appointment with the doctor. But I'm gonna, just out of a courtesy, I'm gonna contact them today and let them know I'm shipping it back early, that it quit working, it would not turn back on again. And if they want me to do this 7-day thing again, I'll be more than happy to. But this machine here quit working, and I wasn't going to fuss and fight with it. I am not going to be held responsible for some $300 or $400 device that I didn't want in the first place. So it'd be different if I ordered a PlayStation and it didn't work, but something I didn't want in the first place, I'm not going to be responsible for it. I've already written a note, stuck it in the box to let them know what happened to it and when it happened and everything else. Oh, goodness gracious sakes. It is almost May, guys. We are a little over halfway through the month of April already. I don't know where our year is going. For some reason, the last couple of years have flown by. Now, I mean, you know, a lot of us were pinned up in our homes, couldn't go visit friends and family, you know, all that kind of crap. So yeah, reason for the time to fly by out of boredom and stuff like that. Things are a little bit more back to normal now. I just don't understand why time's still flying by. Does time just fly by when you get older? Okay, I wore mine for a month. If I felt bad, had pain, I'd call them, tell them what was going on. The phone receiver up to the heart monitor. Oh yeah, this isn't like that. Yeah, this one wasn't near that technologically advanced. In all actuality, it was probably two cockroaches running around on a rubber band on two pulleys. I don't know. All I know is that I couldn't sleep in the bloody thing anyway, unless I took it. They actually wanted me to wear a shirt when I slept in it, and I told them, of course, that I am a night sweater, and if I even sleep under the covers at night, they are soaked by morning. But I did. I slept in a t-shirt. Put the main box in my pocket like they told me to. That way I didn't get wrapped up in the cords. But you couldn't move in it. The cords were so short you couldn't move in it. And my wife last year bought a bed sheet that had pockets on the side of it to put cell phones and stuff in. So that's where I started sticking it at night. And since I usually don't move very much, I slept a little easier than having it up under my pillow or something like that. But still, I stretch at night a lot, and those probes would pull the hair on my chest. They would pop off. If I did move a lot, which I usually don't. This Sunday is our daughter and son-in-law's first anniversary. Not gonna really what he pulled the weekend. She is with us to celebrate. Not gonna really what he pulled the weekend. She was with us to celebrate my birthday. Tell. Not really gonna tell. Not really. Okay, I got you. I understand you now. Since we haven't done FaceTime in the evening. I can't believe they've been married a year already. It does not seem like that long ago that they got married. Wow. And I'm really kind of glad, Jan, that you're not going to go into details because, I don't want to form the wrong opinion about the little asshat. But, I'm going to keep my mouth shut. I mean, the way I look at it, and it sounds bad, and I probably would not feel this way if it was my daughter, but the way I see it, everything that happens in the dark comes to light. And if she knows and she can live with it, then who are we to not be able to do it to? as long as she's happy, that's all I care about. I know that's your little girl, and I know you guys had your reservations anyway, beforehand, but as long as she's happy, then I can be for her too. So I just cannot believe it has been an entire year already, since we were all going on about them getting married and stuff. I mean, that's very cool. That's very cool. Only child, and it was only for the weekend. See, and I don't do anything that the wife don't know about. Even if it doesn't matter, even if it's the most minute, piddly ass little thing. Um, she knows where I'm going, who I'm going with, um, everything. So, Bubba News, good morning, buddy. Hope you're doing good. Happy Monday to you. I guess they're going away for the weekend. Cool. That's always nice. Getting a little time away. I can't wait for things to start looking up a little bit better financially here. The wife and I made a promise to each other 2 or 3 years ago that, with everything that happened to me right after we got married and stuff, that at least once a month we were going to have a date day or a date night where we went out and had dinner together and went to the show or went to the casino or something together. And here for the last month, 2 months, things have been so tight that, we can't even really afford to put groceries in the house. If it wasn't for the fact that she has like loaned money to her sister or something like that, and she's there to pay it back, Steph wouldn't even make it back and forth to work for the 2 weeks between her paychecks. So for us to actually have a date night or something, like I said earlier, I had to go to my buddy's house to borrow eggs to make deviled eggs for Easter because we didn't have it. Didn't have the mayonnaise, but I mean, I used what we did have and made a successful dinner. So, the turkey breast and the ham, they've been in the freaking freezer for 6 months since since we found them on sale, because we knew they'd come in handy for something, and Easter was the best thing. So I mean, when things pick up, we're going to start doing our date night thing again, and going out together, and just being me and her. Have her mom come over, sit with Grandma and Ash, and her and I are just going to go out and have a good time together, and remember what it's like to be that couple that likes to do things together. Same for Jay and I. Son-in-law news, she was here. Huh. Woke up to snow, then up to 80 by the weekend, more up and down. Oh yeah, definitely, Bubba. Same thing here. We had like 41 yesterday, and windy, but it was clear. And mother-in-law kept wanting to go out and sit on the porch, and she'd walk out there and be back in like 30 seconds because it was so cold. We woke up this morning to 1.5 inches of snow. It's still snowing. So God only knows what it's like now, 3 hours later, 3.5 hours later. But I can see it right out the window now. It's coming down like crazy out here. And luckily it wasn't deep enough. I couldn't make my butt out to get the trash can to the curbside, but it's still coming down. Going down to get the trash can later might be a boot kind of thing, but I was able to wear my moccasins out there to take it out there. We don't really have much wind, so. Good morning, Paul. Good to see you. Snow never stops here. Got 3 inches overnight. Yeah, we got about 1.5 inches, 1 3/4 inches. Like I said, by the time I took the trash, I think it started snowing about 5 or 5:30. By a couple minutes after 7, we had 1.5 inches, 1 3/4 inches, something. I would say it's probably doubled by now. We've got to have, by the looks of it out the window, it's got to be 3.5 inches now. I mean, it's big flakes. It's not none of that little stuff. It's big flakes coming down. We get that every day. It's that lately too. Oh, I know the wind's been terrible. That wind was coming out of the northwest yesterday, and it was just bitter. Same way it was Saturday night when we were at the Poorhouse Museum. It was colder than a well digger's butt in cast iron underwear. And the really bad thing about it is it's a museum. The place is closed in the wintertime, so the heat is turned off. It was as cold in the museum as it was outside, just minus the wind. So we're all sitting around just freezing our Watusis off on Saturday night, and I think my jacket came off for about 10 minutes. The 4 hours we were there. I think they say 69 here, be in the 80s here this weekend. Mother Nature needs to take a pill. Mother Nature needs to put a cold rag on her forehead, take some Midol, and lay her ass down. I think they're saying 69 here on the weekend. It's supposed to be rain all weekend. Hey, Richie, not too awful bad. Had a good little get together with just the immediate family, and it was a good little Easter. I enjoyed cooking the whole meal for the family and stuff, since wife had to work and everything. It was nice. It was nice. Hope yours was too. Hello, Templar. Good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing good. Finish up these here real quick. Yep, she needs to take a jump. Cold, county weather, nuts. Just yesterday, everyone was mowing. Yeah, it's the same way here just a couple days ago. Going through menopause, no doubt. Just like Mrs. Bubba. Yeah, I was just telling the wife the other day. She says, when is Mother Nature going to stop this? I said, Mother Nature is going through menopause. Just like you. Thought she was going to throw a phone at me. Kind of scary. But all right, guys and gals, it is that time. It is time for me to be like a fat baby and head out. Time for me to be like a tree, and I would say leave, but yeah. The snow keeps up. We keep having these warm days and cold days like this. We're not going to have a single leaf anywhere this year because the trees have already started budding, and then it snows. So at least I won't have to rake anything in the fall. Woohoo. But I'm going to head out and get to working on that video on the Cree creation story. I'll have it up sometime today. Of course, we'll be on tonight, 7:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll hang out again. But that's it for this morning, everybody. Thank you for stopping in, hanging out, doing the coffee and chat thing. But until tonight, y'all take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. God bless you. God love you. I do. Catch y'all tonight. Have a good day.